A Pratama Jaya ferry sank on July 2nd, 2025 while en route from Banyuwangi, Indonesia to Bali, Indonesia. This happened at around 11:20 PM local time, approximately 25 minutes after departing because of strong currents. Bad weather, including waves up to 2.5 meters, 8 feet tall, and strong winds and currents was cited as a primary cause by Indonesian authorities. Because of the strong currents, the ferry reported engine trouble and a blackout before tilting and sinking rapidly after waters entered the cabin. As of July 4, 2025, 29 to 35 survivors have been rescued, with another 29 to 30 people still missing. 4 survivors saved themselves using the ferry's lifeboat, others were rescued by nearby ships or fishermen. All passengers were believed to be Indonesian, with survivor accounts described the ship tilting sharply with water flooding the cabin, causing panic. The ferry is now fully submerged, with possible victims trapped inside. Sadly, marine accidents are frequent in Indonesia's archipelago of 17,000 islands due to lax safety standards, overloading and bad weather. Our thoughts and condolences to the victims and their loved ones. We're all living in such a high-stress environment right now that sometimes you can't even tell what the next person or what the person in front of you is actually thinking of, or whether they're just one step away from doing something really bad. This happened on February 15, 2025 in a Kallang dormitory where 2 colleagues got into a heated argument, with 21-year-old electrician Mr. S biting off the left earlobe of his 31-year-old colleague Mr. N. So for context, earlier that night, Mr. S was really intoxicated after drinking 3 cans of beer and just watching a movie on his phone with earpiece on, when Mr. N entered the room and started accusing Mr. S of spying on him and reporting his poor work performances to their supervisor, and even calling Mr. S a dog. The argument escalated into vulgarities and into exchanging blows, with Mr. S finally getting Mr. N into a bear hug and Mr. S biting off Mr. N's left earlobe. Mr. N suffered a torn earlobe and torn skin below his eye and a fractured right thumb. He was hospitalized and given 9 days leave. And Mr. N suffered a permanent disfiguration because his left earlobe was not restored. Mr. S has now pleaded guilty to voluntary causing grievous hurt and was sentenced to 6 months jail on July 3, 2025, backdated to February 2025 when he was remanded. The defense argued that Mr. S was grieving his late father and regretted his actions after consuming alcohol, requesting a backdated sentence which the judge agreed. That's why sometimes it pays just to be more tolerant and be more careful in your approach towards others. So their plan was to film others having intent of P to the do to the foul. This is your last story of the day, follow us for more. So in Singapore, 2 teenage boys, a 19-year-old and 17-year-old, posed as minors on dating platforms such as Grind to the D and Tally to the G to lure individuals seeking explicit encounters with minors and extort money from them. Their goal was to extort money by threatening to expose the victims as P to the do to the fouls. And on November 6, 2024, a 24-year-old man was deceived into believing he was meeting a 15-year-old boy for explicit activities at a Bukit Batok void deck. The teens filmed him, confronted him, and accused him of seeking pleasures with a minor. They then extorted 2,000 Singapore dollars, deleting the footage only after payment. So, wow. The older teen now has pleaded guilty to 1 count of extortion on July 4, 2025, with 2 similar charges to be considered during sentencing in August. His 70-year-old accomplice, identity protected under the Children and Young Persons Act, has a pending case. So basically, my question now is, what about the 24-year-old man who actually had, should I say, intent for explicit activity with a minor? What happens to him?